Hello, this is Joe Pryor of the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City. It's January 2014, a new year. We're expecting another great year for investors in our market. It is still a vibrant market for that. And every market has a rhyme or reason to it. In other words, if we take Oklahoma, it's, doesn't have mountains, doesn't have an ocean, doesn't have a desert to a great extent. What it has is a city like Oklahoma City with a very, very solid economy. And so what are the whys? In fact, what is the biggest why in terms of why we place you in certain areas? Now, understand one thing. I don't do low-end housing when it comes to investments. I don't do Section 8. I don't like to do renters that are going to turn over in a large fashion that have very poor credit. The kind of jobs that are being created in Oklahoma City are not low-paying jobs. We don't care if we get another call center in here. What we do care about is like in the last 2 years where Boeing transferred 550 engineers from California to Oklahoma City for the B-1 project at Tinker Air Force Base with a minimum starting salary of $150,000. These are the kind of jobs that we care about, and these are the kind of people that we're looking for in terms of matching them up with your investment property that you buy, an executive rental. We also know that those are powerful jobs. Those are the kind of jobs that create those service area jobs. That does raise the tax base, that does lower the unemployment, it does help the economy. But what we want to do is we want to talk about those $1,000 to $2,000 a month renters primarily that are buying houses from $110,000 to $200,000 primarily, and these are newer homes. These are homes that have high ceilings and big bathrooms. These are the whys of Oklahoma City, but the number one thing is the school system. And this is what we're going to really pinpoint. And here's what's great about Oklahoma City. When you have a city that is economically as sound as we do, if you have a city without debt with a tremendous infrastructure, and we're surrounded by really good suburbs, and the tax base is outstanding because the average income is so high, and we care about schools, then what we're going to do is primarily locate you in school districts that are desirable. And here's the cool thing about Oklahoma City. Because of the infrastructure, because of the highway and freeway systems that we have here, being 30 miles from work is nothing. Now, if I was 30 miles from work in Houston, I'd be a little bit worried about the drive time. In Oklahoma City, that can be a 20 or 30-minute drive time. And so you can locate according to the school district more than locating close to your work. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take you into schools that are in the suburbs. We're going to talk about Edmond and Deer Creek and Piedmont and Yukon and Mustang and more. All these are suburbs, Choctaw. There's a lot of great school systems that surround Oklahoma City that are highly desirable, that when people come into Oklahoma City from out of state and they want to rent for a while so they can kind of reconnoiter and see what they want, they want to go into these first-class school systems, newer schools, all the facilities, all the funding. And that is the major why, and we're going to direct you to the right places. The reason why we're going to direct you to the right places is because, honestly, it's in our best interest. If we put you in the good suburbs and the good school districts and it appreciates more, you like me more. And if you like me more, you're going to buy more. And when it's time to sell and move on, you're going to call me back. So those are the things that we care about in school systems in the Oklahoma City market. That's number one. This is Joe Pryor of the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, where we deliver traditional real estate values at the speed of technology.